What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Poor Things. This is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, whose previous film was The Favorite, which got a lot of awards nominations. And this also stars Emma Stone as Bella Baxter, who is reanimated from her previous anatomy. Now she has the mind of a child, and she has to develop, and she starts to develop at a very quick rate. So this film is a, a shocker of a movie. This is something you sit down like a movie like Saltburn, and you basically get floored and shocked by some of the things you're hearing and some of the things that you're seeing. This movie is not for the faint of heart, and I don't think that it's for casual moviegoers as well. This is a very extreme film with extreme performances, an extreme screenplay, an extreme way it's shot. The cinematography is very artsy. This movie could turn a lot of people off very fast. But if you're into Yorgos Lanthimos and you're open to seeing this, I think that you're gonna love it. I would probably say that I loved it. I saw it Friday night. I'm recording this Sunday night. Just watched the Critics' Choice Awards, actually, where Emma Stone won the Best Lead Actress award, which a lot of people thought was going to go to Lily Gladstone. But Emma Stone, I do think deserves it, even though the category is so stacked. I mean, Sandra Huller's fantastic. Carey Mulligan is fantastic. But Emma Stone is also fantastic for what she has to do in this film, performance-wise, not just physically. A lot of people you'll hear is like, "Oh, she really physically put herself on the line," and I get that, but you know, I need a little bit more. I need a little more substance, and you definitely get that in this film. She plays this character so well. The way that she starts in the beginning of the movie to how she totally evolves and develops to where she's at the end of the film. I mean, this feels like you're really just living through the life of this character in a very interesting way. And Emma Stone takes you through the parts of progression of life, in a sense, that I just thought was terrific. I mean, she's so good in this role. And she blows you away the first 15 minutes of the movie. Once she starts to become one of her own and Bella Baxter starts to become more independent, that's where the film starts to get really wacky and could turn a bunch of people off as well. Um, so for me personally, I think I don't want to spoil a lot of what the film does, but halfway through the film, I'll say that we get on a boat. Once we get on the boat, and then where we go after we leave the boat, is it gets a little repetitive for me. You get about a 15-minute segment to where she's looking for work. She needs money, and she finds it. And what she decides to do, I get the fact that they're like, she could do whatever she wants. Nobody's judging her for it. She's being completely open with herself, and she's okay with it. I respect that. I just feel like that whole 15-minute segment was a little too much. And it just felt like a little repetitive. Like, okay, how many times do we need to see this happen? And if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, it's very graphic, and I think that the movie is a little. I don't want to say too graphic, but I think you could have cut some of the nudity and extreme imagery. And it wouldn't have changed the outcome. Mark Ruffalo is in this movie, and he's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen him better. He plays this role. He kind of reminded me of Sacha Baron Cohen from Sweeney Todd, where he plays that kind of performance over the top type thing. But he was great. He steals the movie for me. He has a lot of comedic scenes, and his dialogue is fantastic. And Willem Dafoe, who's also great. And he kind of disappears into this. Like Mark Ruffalo, he doesn't really disappear into the character, but he's great in the film. I would say Willem Dafoe does disappear into this character of Godwin Baxter, who is this butcher in a sense, or he's like an anatomist, where he's working with body parts and dead bodies and the anatomy of people. Um, I really like that character, and him as a protective father figure, but at the same time letting her do what she wants to do and letting her be herself. Um, I was into it. I thought that the movie was sweet. I thought it had its sweet moments. I was By the end of the film, I was like, okay, I totally get it, and now this is where we're at. And where the character of Bella Baxter goes and where she ends up, I thought was extremely satisfying. Um, of kind of like a story that says, hey, you could be whatever you want to be, and you know, it's going to be okay. And you can do what you want, and you could be independent. And there's just a lot of themes like that that are in this movie that I did really enjoy. It does have that Yorgos Lanthimos flair at some points where it's very extreme or weird or just strange. If you can remember the end of The Favorite, that movie ended with a shot of a bunch of rabbits playing with each other or something like that. The end of this film does have that kind of weird thing too, but I thought it worked better for this movie. Um, so it was just weird, but I was into it. I liked it, and this is not your conventional film. This is one of the strangest movies of the year, but it's so well made. I mean, this movie, from the costumes, the set decoration, the effects. You could tell there's a lot of effects. I thought the effects were great. I thought the script was great, and I thought the acting was great. And Yorgos Lanthimos directs the hell out of this movie. So, other than a bit of repetitiveness in the second half, middle of the film, towards the third act, other than that, I loved it. I just thought it was so weird and different, and it just was so well done, and I was really into it. Yeah, so I'm happy I saw it. And Poor Things is a 4.5 out of 5 star movie for me, and I do recommend it. But like I said, if you're a casual moviegoer, I just am not sure that this is going to be for you. But that's where I'm at with Poor Things. Guys, comment down below. Did you see this movie? Are you happy with Emma Stone's win at the Critics' Choice Awards and the Golden Globes? Is she headed for the SAG? Is she headed for the Oscar? It's her and Lily Gladstone in a fight to the finish. We'll see what happens with that, guys. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future reviews. We got the Marvels. That's going to be available to streaming soon. Definitely coming over. We'll be watching that. Check that out. You can also follow me on Twitter and/or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingerRises131. And that's about it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching my review for Poor Things. And until next time, over and out.